Imagine we want to compare the temperature statistics of multiple cities. For each city, we find the maximum, minimum, and average temperature. As we're writing the script, we find ourselves repeating the same lines of code over and over, and only changing the city name. Wouldn't it be great if we could package this chunk of code together so that we can call it with a single command for each city? You know, like a function. One that takes the city as an input and outputs all the information we need. You've probably used dozens of functions in MATLAB already. A function uses inputs to perform some action, like returning an output or creating a graphic. Like the built-in functions in MATLAB, you can create your own. Let's make a custom function for our temperature statistics example. It's useful to give your function a meaningful name, so let's name this function tempstats. We want tempstats to take the city temperature data as input and return the city's minimum, maximum, and average temperatures as outputs. To call our function, we can use these inputs and outputs to form our familiar MATLAB syntax. Then we can use this same syntax when we write the code to define our function, and simply put the keyword function at the beginning. Inside the function, we put the code which defines our outputs, calculating the minimum, maximum, and average temperature for whichever city was passed as input. We could return 3 separate outputs like we have here. Instead, we'll combine them into a vector and return only one output. You can now use your custom function in the same way you would use a built-in function. This reduces your maintenance effort. If you need to change this block of code, say to give you statistics in both Fahrenheit and Celsius, you only need to change your code in one place. And there you go. Your custom function can be as complex or as simple as you want. Like a black box, as long as it receives the correct inputs, the function should work its magic for everyone.